The Criminal from Lost Honor. A True Story by Friedrich von Schiller. In all the history of man, there is no chapter more instructive for heart and mind than the annals of his wrongdoings. In every great crime, a proportionately great force was in operation. Although the secret play of the force of concupiscence may be imperceptible in the dimmer light of ordinary affections, in a situation of violent passion, it becomes all the more prominent, more colossal, more crying. The acutest student of human nature, who knows how far one may venture, really, to reckon on the machinery of ordinary free will, and how far it is permissible to draw conclusions from analogy, will discover many things in this province to take over into his theory of the soul and apply to life and conduct. It is such a simple, and yet such a manifold thing, the human heart. One and the same faculty or desire can play in 1,000 different forms and directions, can produce 1,000 contradictory phenomena, can appear differently compounded in 1,000 different characters, and again 1,000 different characters and actions may be spun out of a single inclination, although there is nothing which the individual in question is farther from suspecting than such an affinity. Were a Linnaeus of the human race, as of the other kingdoms of nature, to arise and classify it according to motives and inclinations, how grievously men would be astonished when many, whose vice has now to remain suppressed in a narrow everyday sphere, and within the circumscribed fence of the law, were found to be placed in the selfsame order with the monster Borgia. Looking at the subject from this side, there are many objections which may be made to the usual treatment of history. And here also, I suspect, lies the crux of the question why the study of history has always been so unprofitable for everyday life. Between the violent mental agitation of the man in action and the placid mood of the reader to whom this action is presented, there is such an utter contrast, there lies such a great gulf, that it is difficult, nay, impossible, for the latter so much as to suspect a connection. Between the historical character and the reader, there is always a gap which cuts off all possibility of comparison or application, and instead of awakening that wholesome fear which would warn overweening health, it only causes him to shake his head in astonishment. The wretch, who after all was a man of like passions with ourselves, in the hour when he first set hand.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?